Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your channel AC Astro, and today we are going to give you a very important video because from last 1 month I can say there is a lot of buzz that my business is not working, this thing is not happening, this thing is not happening because Mercury was retrograde. But now good news is that Mercury is going to be direct from 15th of May 2023. Now how this Mercury direct will impact you, all 12 descendants, and the story behind this. Let's welcome Akash Chauhan ji from Calgary, Canada for all this information. Akash ji, namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar, Rohit ji. Namaskar. Thank you everyone who has joined our channel and who have subscribed. Thank you so much. Those who are watching the video for the first time, please subscribe. It will be a great help. Rohit ji here. Mercury is going to be direct.
Ji.
So very important story which I'm going to tell you. And other than that, what happens when Mercury gets retrograde? That means it is walking in the backward position. Okay. So, when it becomes retrograde, it is believed to impact communication, intellect, learning, decision making, and overall effects, that are associated are these. There are good effects also, but there are bad effects also. There are communication challenges, intellectual reflection, analytical abilities. There is problems in analytical abilities, then delays and misjudgments. The most important is delay because when Mercury is going backward, it starts delaying things, unconventional thinking, and enhanced intuition, focus on now focus on the past, because you go back in the past to realize your mistakes and to realize what you did wrong. So it is a very good thing also. Your intuition becomes very very enhanced because at that time nothing is working for you, only your intuition works. And the mantra is to wait, because when we get intuition we have to wait for it to fulfill, for that intuition to come to life. It is not like you get an intuition now and it happens the next moment. No, it takes time for intuition even to materialize. Now, Rohit, this is all okay, that Mercury is retrograde and Mercury is becoming direct and everything, but there is a bigger thing which is happening. That is, Mercury on 15th May becomes direct, and on 21st May enters into Bharani Nakshatra. Now,
Mhm.
this is very important. This is where the story comes, the Vedic story comes of Mercury. What happened when Mercury first time when he entered into Bharani Nakshatra? What happened to him?
Okay.
So, Rohit, in ancient times, there was a wise sage named Bharadwaja. Oh, Bharadwaj.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, before I move forward, I want to tell you about Bharadwaj. So, Sage Bharadwaj was one of the revered sage, like most renowned, most respected sages of ancient India. He was a renowned scholar, economist, grammarian, and physician. He is one of the Saptarishis. Now, here again, there is a layer, Rohitji. What is Saptarishi? Right?
Hmm.
For anyone, what is Saptarishi? That means seven rishis, if we translate it. Okay. Now, these Saptarishis, I have put it down below here, Rohitji. These Saptarishis are seven rishis of ancient India who are extolled in the Vedas and Hindu literature. I mean, they are the one who created everything. The
Hmm.
Vedic Samhitas, the Vedic scriptures, never enumerate these rishis by name. Although later Vedic texts such as Brahmanas and Upanishads, they did. These books, Upanishads. I cannot speak. I can read very well Upanishads, but I cannot say Upanishads. So Upanishad is a book which states many things about the Sapta Rishis. There are seven rishis. So now Sage uh, Bharadwaj, Bharadwaj, or Bharadwaj. There are many pronunciations for Sage Bharadwaj. He was one of the Sapta Rishis. Now, Rohitji, here again there is a layer in it. That layer is, according to the Vedas, Sapta Rishi has been recognized as the mind-born sons of Lord Brahma, called
Hmm.
Manasputra. That Brahma made the seven Saptarishis so that then they can be ancestors to all the Gotras of Brahmins in the world. Brahmins are supposed to be the one who are into the priest kind of work in Hinduism. Now the list which is mentioned in an Upanishad is that Atri, Bharadwaj, Gautama, Jamdagni, Kashyap, Vasishta, and Vishwamitra. These are the seven Saptarishis. And these are also the Gotras. When we know what is your Gotra, I am Kashyap, I am Vasishta, I am Gautama. These are the Gotra,
Yes,
Atri Gosh.
luckily my Gotra is Vishisht.
I am also Vasisht. So
Yes.
that's why, Rohitji, I'm not just saying the story, but we have to understand the reason behind the story, the things which are connected to the stories. Now we
Mm,
understand that these are the mind born sons of Lord Brahma. They are not small people. And Sage Bharadwaj, he was his contribution in ancient Indian literature, especially the Rig Veda. If you open the Rig Veda and read everything, almost everything is written by Bharadwaj.
mm,
Okay, Rohitji. Now I'll come back to the real story that what happened. So now we know who Sage Bharadwaj is. Otherwise, saying just his name does not make any sense. Now he was a son of Lord Brahma. That means he was so powerful and so learned, so knowledge because he comes directly from the source, the creation, the creators. He's the semen, like he's the anch of the creator himself. Now, one day celestial messenger. Now, we have to understand Mercury is also the celestial messenger. He goes places to places to give messages and speeches about wisdom, about knowledge. Now, Mercury visited the sage and sought his guidance. And, Mercury wished to enhance. He said, I am intelligent and all, but somehow, I want to transform my energy into
mm,
into bigger intellect, like bigger, more enhanced. And, Sage Bharadwaj agreed to help him because his motive was that once he enhances his wisdom, he will be able to help gods in their wars and in their decision making and in knowledge and all that kind of stuff. So Mercury, when Sage, that is Bharadwaj, then Saint Sage Bharadwaj, he told that, what, Mercury, you need to, for intellect is always around us. We need to gauge it very, very specifically and not only, observe and learn through various elements, but also of nature, but also nakshatras. Not only the various elements of nature that, okay, this is land, this is earth, this is sky, but the constellations, because the constellation speaks a lot. And Mercury diligently followed the sage advice and spent considerable time observing the nakshatras around him. So not only one nakshatra, he went to all the nakshatras to observe that what and where that energy lies. Right? What is transformation, Luigi? I will tell you the definition of transformation. So during his observation, Mercury noticed that powerful energy of transformation and renewal within the Bharani Nakshatra. He said, "Oh my God, this is the nakshatra where my energy is transforming
mm.
because it is associated with Yama, the Lord of Death." And again, the nakshatra is ruled by Venus, who is supposed to be very, very beautiful, good friend of Mercury.
Mm.
Now, because Bharani Nakshatra represented the cycle of life and death, Mercury Mercury got to know the real thing, that how life emerged from death. How after the life ends, again we are reborn and life
Mm.
again emerges from our death. That means how old ideas give way to new ones. That's why I have put it that the main translation of transformation is old ideas give way to new ones, like how old idea can give way to new ideas, and how knowledge was passed from one generation to the next. This is what is transformation. Every age, every day we transform, Rohiji, either into a good person, either into a bad person, either into a wise person or a foolish person. So every time we transform and transform and transform. Every day Bharani Nakshatra plays a very important role in our life because it is the nakshatra of transformation. So we should always remember that the ultimate goal of life is death and rebirth, or death and salvation. That is going away from this life, never be getting reborn. But for that, our karma should become even. That is how we will be going. Now, Rohiji, here, inspired by the lessons of Bharani Nakshatra, uh, Mercury delved deeper into his studies. and knowledge from various sources. He learned the art of effective communication, where words were chosen carefully and conveyed with precision. Because when you go up, when you are sitting with Yamadev, when you're he is doing something, your Chitrakup is writing and showing you that this is what this is what you earned and what you did not earn. That this is all your bad karma, this is all your good karma. So there, the words which are chosen by Yama and Chitragupt and all the reapers is very, very specific. They are chosen very carefully and conveyed with precision, because that is very important for the soul to understand what it has done over its past life. So Mercury developed a keen intellect, allowing him to analyze situation to make swift decision. Now that is why Bharani Nakshatra is a nakshatra that can be called swift nakshatra, immediate, fast nakshatra. Okay. As Mercury completed his transit through Bharani Nakshatra, he returned to Sage Bharadwaj and expressed his gratitude. Mercury thanked the stage for his guidance and shared how lessons from Bharani Nakshatra has transformed him. He felt great. He felt empowered to serve the gods and fulfill his divine responsibilities with greater efficiency. Now, Rohiji, the transit of Mercury through Bharani Nakshatra serve as a reminder of the importance of continuous learning, adaptability, and effective communication in our life. So this is a very the sum up is that continuous learning, adaptability, and effective communication in our lives is the change has to be constant. The change has to keep happening every minute, every time. Now, whoever is listening this, there is a very beautiful remedy in the end of the video. Very beautiful remedy that you will have never heard about it. Okay, and it will change your life forever when you listen to it. When you see that picture, what I am trying to show you.
That is common for all ascendants, that remedies.
It is common for everyone in the world who does not even know their ascendant, Rohit.
Okay, that's more fun.
It is so good that it will tell you that you can't even. It is so good, man.
Hmm.
It is important to note that Vedic stories and interpretation can be vary among different astrologers, because every tradition has a in some traditions Ganesha or his brother Kartikya is called Murugan or some different names, and because there are every religion has adapted them into different way. Now in Indonesia, Ganesha is looked at a very different way, and in India it is looked at very different way. In Western countries, looked at in a very different way. In So here, this the purpose of the story is to provide a narrative that contributes the quality of Mercury and Bharani Nakshatra. So you will understand that what happens when Mercury will enter into Bharani Nakshatra for you guys on 21st of May. Clear, Rohitji?
Hmm.
Any
Ji.
doubts? What do you think about how? See, this is what is happening. So all the people, we have to understand that even these planets, they were zero at one time. Zero. They had no knowledge. They gained knowledge through experience, through watching things. Now, Ruchi, what happens, when we also start learning things, when we also start reading books and all, what do? We read it continuously back to back and gain knowledge, and then we understand. Oh, yes, this is how it happens. And then later, when we are into any job of engineering or doctor or being medical profession, we remember, there is such thing which is written that whenever I cut this nerve, this will happen, or whenever I fix this machine, this will happen. So basically, it is all supposed to be, uh, you know, adaptability, effective communication, and continuous learning. This is what it means, Rohit.
Ji.
Now, Rohit, I will move forward, and I have told you about it. Now, let's talk about the planets that Mercury will enter into Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May, and it becomes direct, Rohit, from
On 15th of May.
15th of May. So it is direct, and now it will come into Bharani Nakshatra also. So that means from Ashwini Nakshatra, it will be then moving all its energy towards Bharani Nakshatra. Now here, placement and aspect. I have taken two parts into consideration. Okay,
Hmm.
we all know that Jupiter is here. We all know that Rahu is also here, and now
Sun is
Mercury.
also here, and on 15th it will change.
Sun is again on 15th when it becomes direct. Sun is going to be in
Um,
Taurus. So we have already made that. We have already covered that video. Now here, Rohitji, it shows that Mercury, when it goes into direct motion, your communication and your expressive personality, you will have with a very strong influence on self-expression. Now the time you were being seen by other people, by outside world, as someone who's just very dull, and he has no interest over things, and he cannot take right decisions, or he's you get have an offer letter with you, Rohit, from last 20 days, but you're not able to say that should I sign it, should I do not sign it, what should I do I go forward in it. So you were not able to make decisions. Should I leave my job? Should I apply for new job? Should I think about moving away from this place? Everything was blocked from 21st of April. Now that blockage is going to be open for you, and you can make very good decisions now. And here this aspect will be on the seventh house, and any aspect which Mercury does on the house of Venus is turns into gains of knowledge, into gains of partnership, gains from partnerships, into gains from wife, into gains from any kind of real estate that is in foreign lands, into gains in any kind of friend or friend who's turned a partner, or brother or sisters who have turned partner. So it's going to be very good gains for you. Rohitji, for Aries ascendant people, they should make sure that during this period, after the Mercury enters into Bharani Nakshatra, because of the decision which they will take between 15th and 20th, that is what is going to be affecting the route of transformation for them. Because as soon as Mercury will enter in from Ashwini into Bharani Nakshatra, a transformation will start for them. Self transformation, or learning about abilities to enhance their self, to and go to for physical exercises, go for mental what we say mental enhancement. You will try doing projects or programs where your mental um, what you say strength can be increased, or you might actually be here hungry to seek knowledge. That is what it sees for Aries ascendant people from actually from 15th of May, but yes, from 21st of May the transformation starts happening for you.
Oh, that's what important is that on 15th it's being direct, and from 21st May it's also being transited to Bharani Nakshatra. That is also very important, and very few astrologers will take this into consideration. Uh, and I will like to thank all people who are giving so much love. From last 6 7 days we were live, and beautiful sessions that was. Akash, you predicted so beautifully, and that was good session. And I will like to thank all who subscribe, who become family member, and those who are new to the channel. I will like to request them, please be a part of family member. Subscribe this channel for more meaningful videos and the lives, which usually now we go alternatively daily, and you can be a part of that live birth chart analysis. And those who want a personal consultations from Akashji, video consultation one-on-one, they just drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will have a consultation with Akash. Now, moving further, time for the Taurus ascendant. How this Mercury, when he will go direct and change his nakshatra, will impact the Taurus ascendant people.
Thank you everyone who have subscribed to our channel and who have been a part of AC Astro, and now it's your channel. You're a part of family member, and those who have not subscribed, I would request personally, please subscribe. It's a motivation factor for us. Now, Roji, Mercury enters Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May 2023, but before that, on 15th of May, it will be direct. It was in retrograde motion. Lot of problems for Taurus ascendant people, because this retrogression uh, was crazy. Mercury puts you into takes you out of illusion during this thing, but at least it stops all the communication channels for you. That is what Mercury is supposed to be doing. During this period, there is a lot of trouble in terms of losses, because 12th house is the house of losses. So here, money goes away in wrong directions, where you because it is Mercury is going into the backward direction. So here, money goes into the wrong direction. That is very unexpected. That how do we solve this? Now the placement is in the 12th house. It indicates an introspection and reflection in communication, with an emphasis on spirituality and detachment. Now 12th house is the house of detachment, Rohitji. It is a house of transformation already, And when Bharani Nakshatra, who's also the planet of transformation, who's also the nakshatra of transformation, and Mercury, the planet of intellect, it shows that there is going to be a very major shift in your spiritual paradigm. That you will be completely shifting your focus from all these material things to a spiritual, more of a spiritual way. It is a time for you to start understanding that what life really requires from you. And the remedy or the kind of thing which I'm going to be sharing in the end of this video is going to change your life. That remedy or that thought also will change your life forever.
Mm.
It is that thought which will make you realize or make you want to know that what is my life all about, what am I doing here. you know Now, here, because it is in the 12,000 getting direct, that means your expenditure will come under control. You will
Mm.
transform yourself into earning new sources, new ways. Now here, Rohitji, those people, let's talk about the aspect of Mercury that is happening on the sixth house. So sixth house is the house of your workplace. It is the house from where we see your enemies, legal troubles, and all this kind of stuff. And here, if you are in any kind of legal troubles like court cases or something, here you can start gaining from court cases. If there is a long delay in approval of your finances or loans, or you have to take money from someone, it is a good time for you. Your money is going to be following back to you. Your money is going to be coming back into your pocket. And as far as victory, over your enemies, those who were troubling you from long time, and especially after April of 2020, April 21, 2023, that is last month, they will actually come into, on their feet in front of you, and they'll say, I'm sorry, I don't want to continue. We want to be friends, and I cannot. I I am sorry for whatever it is. So here victory over your enemies is also seen, and because it is the house of your job and your workplace. Here we see that workplace growth is seen during this period. Now, always remember, aspects play a very big and important role. It also depends on the actual placement of Mercury in your house,
Mm.
in your chart, and also the placement of Rahu and Jupiter in your chart, because Mercury is not alone right now, right? Rahu is controlling, and Rahu is controlling Mercury and Jupiter here. And because Jupiter aspects are like very good, so Jupiter with Mercury is aspecting on the sixth house. That means 100% there will be something throughout of this: gains from court cases, approval of loans, victory over enemies, and job growth, or maybe workplace and life balance. That is what is seen for Taurus ascendant people. I wish you all the best. And this is a time of transformation. You need to talk to your soul now and get into that transformative energy, which Bharni Nakshatra is all about. It is the nakshatra of death and rebirth. It is the nakshatra of Lord Yama. Lord Yama is not a bad person. He was made a little bit dangerous so that everyone should fear him. But he, the ultimate truth of life, anyone who's watching this, is very true. You, me, everyone, we are just temporary. Everything with this laptop, this pen, and everything is permanent. They are not temporary. They will even stay here after we go. So material things will keep stay here only on this earth, but we will go. That is what is the message that God wants to give us by giving us this birth. So make sure during this period, transform yourself into a better human being, into come into things such as what 12th house requires you to do is little bit of donation, little bit of helping the underprivileged. That is what is
Mhm.
required during this time. 0HG.
Yeah. That's what this transition wants. Sometime, transition want to you be an improved person, be a good person. So that is important. And it is also important that you keep subscribing our channel. You keep motivating us to make more such videos, to do live, to do research on astrology, and only your motivation help us to do so. So please subscribe us and be a family member of ACS True channel. And the more important is live. These days, usually we daily are going live. On weekends, sometimes we go 2 times live. So you can be a part of that live analysis of birth chart with Akashji. But if you want a detailed consultation, you want a detailed reading of your chart, you are somewhere stuck, sometimes you don't know what to make decision, why this is happening with me. You can just drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will get a video consultation, one-on-one consultation with Akashji. As we both are sitting, you can talk to Akashji. Now the question is that this Mercury, who was retrograde up to the period of 15th, now for Gemini, Lord is Mercury in very good house. When it becomes retrograde, what it done now, what it will done when it become direct.
So Rohitji, yes. So Mercury, the lord of this house, was retrograde. So Gemini ascendant people might be facing the most difficult time in decision making during this period. From 23rd of 21st of April, they must be into this dilemma that how do we make decisions? How
Mm,
do we go about it? How do we finalize my job offer? How do I finalize my home deal? How do I finalize my gains? How do I take the money out right now? Do I need to invest it? So many
mm,
questions going in their mind. Now here, Rohitji, let's talk about the placement. So Mercury becomes direct on 15th of May, and it is
mm,
getting direct in the house of gains, in the house of higher goals.
mm, mm,
Here, this placement signifies that strong communication skills within social circles and friendships. 11th house, house of friendship, social circles, gains from your career, and achieving higher goals. Oh, and this time, you will focus on achieving goals and aspiration. You'll be very aspirational during this time. You'll say, no, just leave everything. And now I need to focus on achieving this goal. And other than that, Rohit, it is a time for you to get some kind of title or honor. Now, just imagine, Rohit, this is the house of Mercury. And here, 11th house is given to Mars. And Mars is planet of authority.
mm,
It is a planet of title. It is a planet of honor. So here, Rohitji, because Mars has that title of being the most fierce, like war god of all times. He has a he has honor of always winning over demons army. So such kind of aggressive energy comes during this period because Rohitji, as I discussed, and all the Gemini ascendant people might have seen in the beginning the story related to how Mercury got transformed in the
mm,
house of in the nakshatra of Bharani. Here, it is a time for you to transform yourself into someone who can actually achieve that status, who can
mm,
actually be worthy of getting that honor in your life or status in your life. Oh, I want to be a manager, I want to be a manager. But are you worthy? Have you expressed yourself? Have you communicated to the universe that I want to become a manager? Have you gone and told your boss or your elder, like your senior management, that I am ready to take up big challenges? No, we have to tell the universe, we have to set high goals during this period. It is a very good time. Mercury transiting through Bharani Nakshatra, it happens every year we get this chance that we need to now do this,
mm,
but we do not get a chance when Jupiter and Rahu are also here. That is the problem. That someone asked me and told me, Rohitji, that this transit happens every year. What the hell are you talking about?
mm.
I said, is Jupiter and Rahu always in Aries? It comes after 12 years. I said, no, don't try to like talk to me in this way, because every time a planet transiting, their conjunction, their aspects, their placements have a very bigger role on depending on the transit. And here, Gemini, Mercury is going through this into that it is going to be going into the 12th house, which is the natural house of transformation. It is going to be very pushed away very soon into the 12th house. But before it goes, make sure you put the word out in universe that I am here to focus on achieving my goals, and I'm going to be aspirational, and I'm going to be fighting for my title and honor. I deserve to be promoted, I deserve to be having a
Mm.
status. So this is what you need to either communicate, affirmate all these things in your life. Now, Ruchi, from here, Mercury is aspecting the fifth house. Every time Mercury will aspect on the fifth house or on the house of Jupiter, on the house of Venus, which is a very dear friend of Mercury, That means it will give you gains. And the fifth house is the house of gains from children, from startups, from higher education. And it also, according to Parashara, according to Sage Parashara, it is the house of inclination towards spiritual practices. This is the house from where we can see if someone might be really interested in going into spirituality, or someone is just faking it. So it is that time when you should focus on transforming yourself, become spiritual, and the kind of remedy which I'm going to be giving you in the end, or a message, not even a remedy, but a message that is going to change your life forever. That small experiment, that small image which I'm going to show you, that what is the cycle of life, you will understand very clearly that where are we standing and what is happening to us. So for Gemini ascendant people, all the best, because I am emphasizing so much for title and honor, because it is your Lagna Lord, and when he is supposed to give you gains and he's sitting in that house, demand it. You
Hmm.
demand, right? Our parents used to say that you get 80 percentage and I will get you a cycle, and then used to demand that, I got 80%, give me a cycle. Same way, tell Mercury that, I deserve it, I am in that position, I am aspirational, I am in that zone of achieving something bigger, give me, and I'm ready to take it. Why? Who will say no to you?
I think they are the people who will get the maximum benefit, because I was listening to Ken Raoji said that the retrograde planet is something whom you cannot predict what he can do.
True.
He can do very much good or very much
Very much
bad.
bad.
Don't know. So people who are going through tough time of Gemini ascendant, they might be get very relaxation from 15th May onwards.
Yes, yes, very relaxation. Mostly from 15th May to 20th May, there will be a lot of clarity in their head at what they need to do and proceed forward. And from 21st May onwards, when Mercury enters Bharani Nakshatra, they should then transform completely into them. We say Monday, from Monday, I will go to gym. So they should say from 21st, I will start this project.
Hmm,
That is
right.
what is their mantra for this transit.
Right, said Akashji, that only saying something that I want this is not sufficient. Doing something to achieve that is more important. That is the mantra. And our mantra for making good videos and such stories is your blessings that you give in form of subscription. So those who are new to this channel, please subscribe. And those who want watch this video, I also request you to share this video to your friends and family members, so they may also connect to this channel. And now, those who want personal consultations, detailed reading of their chart, just sitting at home with no worries, just drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will get a video consultation, one-on-one chat with Akashji regarding your birth chart. Now, the time for the Cancer ascendant people. These are the people who are the most worried people, Akashji, because up to the time when this Mercury become direct, then today when we are making video, Mars is going to be definitely here from today. So these are the more concerned people, I think.
Oh, yes. So in the Lagna, Mars is going to be debilitated, and in the house of Mars, where Mercury was retrograde, it's going to be now coming into direct motion from 15th of May onwards. So
Yes.
all the problem that was happening in your career area, all the problem that was happening related to your status, or the people who have been laid off and now looking for jobs, they are getting very low income jobs or low profile jobs. It is now a little bit better good time for them. And why I say, even if because Mars is getting debilitated here, look at the seventh aspect of Mars, which is going to be happening in your seventh house of partnerships. That means here now you will be into that zone where you will be in the position of negotiating your own, your own worth. This is the time you will be able to uh, achieve that kind of willpower, or strong head, that you will say, no, no, don't worry, I will have to negotiate my own terms with you. You're not going to dictate to me, or you're not going to exploit me. That is the kind of thing which is going to happen in your chart this at during this transit. Now, Rohitji, Mercury transits every year, right? Through Aries, through Bharani Nakshatra. But does it transit in conjunction with Rahu and Jupiter in Bharani Nakshatra? No. That is why this is a very special kind of a transit. Mercury will enter into Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May. And the placement says in the 10th house that there will be career oriented and communicative approach, you know, with a strong emphasis on leadership and public speaking. So the confidence which was lost for you, the confidence which you said no, it's not going to happen, I am not getting any call, I've just given so many interviews, not getting any calls, nothing is happening, and now Mars is debilitated. Oh my god, this is again, you have to understand that Mercury has a lot of power in your chart. Lot of
Mm,
it has a lot of transformative power. It can either control your losses or it can give you more losses, like lot of losses. But on the other hand, it is also the planet which gives you a lot of courage. And your personal interest in your life is given by Mercury. Why, Rohitji? Because it rules the 12th house and the
mm,
third house. The 12th is the house of losses, and spiritual awakening. And why 12th house is the house of losses, Rohitji? Because it is the house next to the 11th house. That is the houses of gain. So if we have gains, we have losses. It's a very, very beautiful thing. So let's
I
start
think the
from
12th house is house of losses. Very good thing you tell here that yes, it can be house of loss of material things, but I think this
yes.
is house of gain of
Gains
spiritual.
of spiritual things, exactly. Now, Ruji, that's what I if I start from the beginning, it will be a very long video, but let's start from ninth house. So ninth house is the house of luck.
Hmm.
From the ninth house is the 10th house of career. So with
Hmm.
luck we get career,
Yes.
and with career 10th house we get
Yes.
money,
Yes.
that is 11th house, and with money we spend that money also, that is 12th house.
Hmm.
So every house is connected. Every house is
Hmm.
connected to from first, from self we need little bit of money and family. From third house we need courage to do work. With fourth house we need inner peace, and we need a place to stay. And from fifth house we need creativity and with children. And from sixth house we need some kind of loan to start the business. From seventh house we need to make partnerships. From eighth house we need to make sure that partnerships and everything is now turned into daily, what you say, now we should enhance that partnership or that relationship and go deep into it, like research kind of project. From that we get little bit of knowledge, and from that we get bhagya uday. From that we get money, your career, and then from career we get money, and from money we do spending. So there is a cycle, complete cycle. The 12 houses are cycle. Oh, and it is what Ken Rao sir has mentioned in astrology, destiny and wheel of time, that everything is a wheel of time, what we are going through.
Yes.
Birth, rebirth, birth, rebirth, birth, rebirth, birth, rebirth. The one thing which is I'm going to show you in the end of this video is a very beautiful thing and remedy in your life that will
Hmm.
transform yourself, that will transform you. Maybe God has given me that research today to come and show you that what do you need to achieve in your life, and what is actually there very much waiting for you and you're not wanting to take it. Anyways, Ruji, coming back to Cancer, so 10th house, their career enhancement, their leadership qualities, their public speaking, their blessings of their father, blessings of their gurus, everything is going to be happening to them. And they might find a job who are jobless during this period. And some people who have given their interviews and are waiting for final results, good. Some people who have businesses and they're not able to make decision that should I start this project or no, should I sell this business, should I buy this business. It is a good time for you to now, from 15th to 20th, to make the decision, and from 20th onward should start transforming yourself into becoming something very better, something very good. And from here the aspect, Ruiji, goes on the fourth house. The fourth house is the house of domestic peace and happiness, inner peace, house of motherland. And it is whenever Mercury will put aspect on the house of Venus, it will give you gains, because Mercury and Venus both love luxury.
Hmm.
Now, gains in terms of property, vehicle, spending on luxury during this time is clearly seen, because I told you earlier, Rohitji, Mercury rules the 12th house of spending here.
Hmm.
That means it will tell you to spend on your personal interest, that is luxury, during this period. But overall, a very bright and good time. Even if Mars is debilitated, no worries about it. You should be a little bit careful about driving during this time, because Mars debilitation can give the eighth house aspect of Mars here can give you sudden accidents. But otherwise, other than that, beautiful time for you. I hope that this period transforms you into a better human being, like how the nature of Mercury getting into Bharani Nakshatra is being transformation, learning new things, and adapting to new environments.
I think required for the Cancer ascendant people, transformation and being a good human being in this period. Thank you very much to subscribing, to giving your love and blessings. But those who are new, please subscribe and be a part of family member of AC Astro channel. And also please share this video to your near ones, to your loved ones, so they also connect to their predictions of Akashi and they can also get benefit. Now I when go through the comments, there are lots of people who say that, oh, you had said this thing, but not happening with me. I will like to tell you that all these predictions are general predictions. The final prediction is based on your birth chart because every birth chart has a placement different way, different planets, different nakshatras. So if you want a detailed consultation and if you have a thing in this mind, then drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number give below, and you have video consultation with Akash. Now what this Leo ascendant people will get from this Mercury direct. Let's have a look because this is a house of fortunes.
Fortune. It is not the house of fortune alone, Rohit. It is the house of higher education. It is the
Dharma.
house which I learned very, very deep. Everyone say that do I have a long life? Do I have this and
Longevity. Yes. So I saw in live so many questions like this. Yes.
longevity? So now I discovered something in my research that ninth house is the house which can enhance your age.
Mm-hmm.
Proven fact. There is proven fact that the date of death was supposed to be this day, but because ninth house had such kind of planet placement and you did empower that planet a lot, it actually gave you more life. It actually demanded more life so that more good can be done to the society. Such a beautiful thing. Now, Ruji, I want to give a small example here also. Sorry, I will take time and Leo ascendant people can hate me, but I love to tell this. I love to tell this. What's very good. Can you see, Rohitji, all these very big politicians and these actors? Have you seen they have like very good ages, like some very prominent one, like they live around 90, 85,
Mm-hmm.
90, 90, 95 years, and many people don't have, but many people have. And if we take out their charts and if we see the ninth house, it shows that they have actually increased their longevity due to religious acts, due to
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of donations or helping the society and blessings. They have blessings over them. Which blessings play a very big. Now all the sages and all they turn so old and they say go because they have a lot of blessings. They have a lot of good wishes from people. So ninth house is also the house of the house from where you can increase your longevity. Now, Rohiji, here placement. Let's talk about the placement. Now, Mercury was retrograde here from 21st of April onwards, and it is going to be direct on 15th of May. And on 21st of May, it is going to be entering into Bharani Nakshatra, the Nakshatra of transformation, for which I have told a very beautiful story in the beginning. I
Mm.
hope that you like it, and if you like that, you should subscribe. That is what I would suggest here. Those people who are watching this video and can't understand too much, tomorrow I'm going to be making the same video in Hindi as well, so you can also listen to that video because this is an important video for everyone. Now, Rohiji, here the transformative power that Mercury will bring during this time is related to your higher learning, higher education, higher earning in philosophy and spirituality. Your communication skills during this period will be excellent because of the another aspects that is happening of Mercury in the third house, that is the natural house of communication. So that means here you might be able to even communicate with person in front of you or even person who is not in this realm, not in this world. That means spiritual beings. You can close your eyes and you Vishnu ji will in front of you. That is the kind of power you are going to be having. And I am not saying this based only on Mercury, because of Jupiter and Rahu. The other two planets who are so powerful sitting in this house for them.
Hmm.
Reggie, Jupiter has the power here to give you such kind of spiritual knowledge during this period, such kind of higher learning that can change and transform your life.
Hmm.
Your and all the Leo ascendant people you will remember this because it is happening with many research I am doing of the Leo people who I see the chart. You are changing your habits, you are changing some few things in your life, you're understanding some things that these things are very important to be done rather than just ignoring them or saying that we'll do it tomorrow. No, now you're taking action towards it. So it's going to be a very good transit of Mercury into Bharani Nakshatra, as well as the direct motion gives, it removes that bondage of the 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 door will be open now for higher education, higher learning, spirituality, long distance travel, travel for pilgrimages, travel with your with the philosophy of your father, or taking your father's philosophy ahead. That is also this house. Your guru's philosophy ahead. That is what you want to do during this time. You will need to do little bit of good deeds like donations, and always I think, I just was talking to someone. They're like, we are wearing this because this is going to happen. We are doing donation because she told if you do donation, then Mars will become very good and it will give you good result. And we want a child because we want some child to bring destiny to us. Such people will never be able to grow in their life, Rohit, because they are actually doing something for material gains, and that is
Hmm.
not the way planets work. They know your conscious is your planet. They know that you are doing right or wrong, so make sure you make the wise decision. Moroji, here there is going to be gains in short distance travels because of the aspect of Mercury on the third house. There's going to be gains in short distance travels, gains from brothers and sisters. You reunite with brothers and sisters. You might meet somewhere after a very long time, maybe a video call, or there will be some differences with your younger brothers sisters that can be solved during this period. Your communication will solve that problem. And friends who are like brothers and sisters might also come to a play in your life, and they might help you in some way where you will be able to communicate what is in your heart to them. And there will be increase in status, increase in hard work, increase in dedication, increase in your personality. Like your personality will be developed. People will say that this person has such good communicative skills. He's he's we should hire him immediately. Or they will remember that we had this person who had such good communication skills. Let's hire him back. And that is what is going to happen to you during this time. So hopefully for Leo ascendant people, make sure that in the end there is a very important remedy, life remedy, which you need to understand and imply on your life.
If
Then
I'm not wrong, the Mercury is Lord of 11th house in Leo.
that's why I told you, Ruiji, it's going to be big gains.
No, big gains to elder brother from younger brother.
Yeah, any time, anything for elder brother. It is going to be big gains in terms of money for them.
Money,
I'm
because
not.
the second house lord is also Mercury,
Yes,
so I
yes.
think money is in big play in this
Yeah,
ascendant.
here it is when Mercury comes in Bhagyastan, so it is going to be making fortune for them. Fortune.
Really.
So it's a good time for them. Just hope that the placement of Mercury should be very good in your chart, and Mercury should not be afflicted. That is what very important, because if Mercury is afflicted and you don't know that Mercury, you say Mercury is good and everything, why it is not? Just see the aspect of any other evil planet like Saturn,
Hmm.
like Sun, like Mars. Is it happening on Mercury? If that is happening, then that is the problem. We need to analyze that and need to fix that. So, Reggie, for Leo ascendant, it will be a blissful kind of transit.
Mercury will be blissful for them, and those who are going through the Mercury Mahadasha, Antardasha, yes, they will be the most affected people at this point of time. Uh, Once again, From core of our hearts, from whole team of AC Astro, I would like to thank you all for giving so much love and respect. Daily you are subscribing and becoming a member of family of AC Astro. But if you are new and watching first time this channel, please be a member of the AC Astro channel. And please also share this video with your loved ones so they can also know their predictions. And those who want a personal chart reading from Akashji, you can just drop your details on the mail ID on the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will get a video consultation with Akash. Now, the time for once again very important ascendant Virgo. Why? Because again here the Lord is Mercury, and this is also a the sign in which Mercury gets exalted. So when Akash, this ascendant also getting lots of relief, I think.
It is going to get a lot of relief because the Lagna Lord is supposed to be in the eighth house, first of all, and there also retrograde and
Hmm,
sitting with Rahu and Jupiter. So it
really.
was completely a disaster kind of period for them.
Rahu, Jupiter, and Sun was also there,
Yes, Sun has now just
and
moved
Saturn
on.
affecting this
Yes.
household.
So for this year, Aries is completely in mess. Aries
Hmm.
ascendant or Aries sign.
Hmm.
But Rohiji here, good you told about the Saturn aspect. So you
Hmm.
know Saturn's third aspect means what is the third house mean, Rohitji? Extreme hard work.
Hmm.
And here Saturn's third aspect is a nature, that is, it is debilitated aspect. That means it wants you to do extreme hard work in terms of research, in terms of transformation in your own life to
Hmm.
come to a different level. And here Mercury is going to help you. I'll tell you how. Sorry. Mercury in the eighth house. So Mercury becomes direct Roji on 15th of May, and
Hmm.
it enters into Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May. Now Bharani Nakshatra is equal to transformation.
Hmm.
Simple meaning of Bharani Nakshatra is transformation. So here Bharani Nakshatra means that when as soon as Mercury enters into this nakshatra being direct, it's going to transform. It's going to transform you into a very your communication style will become very deep and intense. It will be complete transformation for you. And Rohitji, I was told that every year Mercury happens like this. What you are talking about? But every year is Mercury sitting with Jupiter and Rahu and transforming you, or is sitting
Hmm.
alone and doing transforming you? Now here, Rohitji, your focus on research occult. Now this occult word is is not a very narrow. It's not a very small word. It's a very wide word. It's like cloud. It spreads all over the sky. It is not just a small thing. Occult knowledge does not only mean knowledge of the mystic. Occult knowledge also means, Rohitji, knowledge which is unknown. For example, a plumber would know
Hmm.
that what valve will fit here for this water to flow. I will not know, or you will not know. For that plumber, that valve fitting is an occult knowledge, because that
Hmm.
occult means knowledge of the unknown.
Hmm.
So anyone who's working, like I'm a media person, I will use a camera and I will say, oh, there is one more feature into it. Wow, let me explore. So that is also occult. That means something which was unknown, and now I could find it out. What occult has been just associated with, because the dictionary says occult is equal to spiritual. What is spiritual? It says something which is mystical or spiritual or intuitive or psychic, but there is many other meanings for occult. It's a very wide word. Now here you can start some new practice, and the new practice means that here eighth house is the house of sudden ups and downs and transformation as well. It is the house which shows transformative energy in your chart. It is the house from where you see that this is a hidden talent inside me, I never knew about it. How can I be so knowledgeable about this? That means once you find out that, oh, this is something very good inside me, you will start this new practice and focus and research and communicate through that practice. And that is going to be a transformative moment for you. For you, those people who were not getting any kind of, they were very unsure or very insecure in their job and all. they will realize that no, it's not a big deal now. I am not insecure anymore, because destiny works this way, that it's going to be giving you some kind of beautiful gains during this time.
Hmm.
That you will come under this impression that I am no longer scared. Whatever happens, happens. It is that point of time where you will transform into a non-fearing person.
Hmm.
Roji, now, because of the aspect of Mercury, which is happening in the house of Venus, it is the second house, and second house is related to money and fixed assets. Roji, it is there will be gains through communication and your speech through financial matters. Like, you will be going for a presentation, and the presentation will be loved so much that you will say, no, yeah, give this project to this guy or this girl.
Hmm.
This is supposed to be happening to you. Yeah. And there will be gains from maternal, like from mother side, from basically grandmother mother side, where you will be, if there is inheritance pending, you will get it somehow. If you're trying to sell some very ancestral property of yours which is belongs to your grandmother or your mother's side, it is a
Hmm.
good time to try. Because Mercury, with this energy, with the power it is having of transformation, it will even transform the unknown to known, or the impossible to possible. That is what Mercury has the power to do during this time. And during this time there can be suddenly promotion, and suddenly a time of travel. Suddenly you might be told to travel abroad.
Hmm.
That can be completely present in your chart, in your surrounding. That, suddenly you just come to office and you say, you know what, you need to travel to this place in 3 days, and you're like, why, what, how? And that is going to add gains to you, so you're going to be getting gains from travel as well. So
Hmm.
overall, Virgo ascendant people, the direct Mercury is going to be very good, because it will give you a lot of communication, and the blockage which was happening in your head is going to be cleared up. But the as soon as it enters Bharani Nakshatra, it's going to have that transformative energy, like what Bharani Nakshatra has. If you have to listen to the story in the beginning to understand what kind of energy Bharani Nakshatra has, it has the power to give death and life. Death happens through Bharani Nakshatra, and life also comes through Bharani Nakshatra. So you
Hmm.
have to understand that unless and until you die, you will not, you will not experience the moment of death. And that is the same way, unless and until we start living, real living, which I'm going to tell you in the end of the video, that what real living is, you will not understand that what transformation or what life actually means, because you're not living it. Right now you are suffering, you are not living your life. So that is what I will tell you in the end of the video, that beautiful thing, that beautiful illustration which can change your life forever. Yeah,
Hmm.
Rohit.
This is also a surprise to me. I'm also waiting for this 12 ascendants to end, and then I also come to know about that special thing which we are going to tell at end of the video. So this video is full of, I think, surprises. The first part is a beautiful story, and the last part is a beautiful remedy, and in between is the predictions for you people. And those who are new to the channel, I will request you to please subscribe the channel. Please be a family member of ACS2. You can also be a part of live birth chart analysis. Now we usually daily go live and you can be part of that. Don't forget to press the bell icon. And those who want a personal consultation with Akashji, detailed chart reading, they want to clear so many doubts, just drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will have a one-on-one video consultation with Akashji. Now moving further. Now the time for the Libra ascendant people, what this Libra ascendant people is going to gain from this Mercury direct thing and the transmission transition into Bharani Nakshatra.
Roji, for Libra ascendant people, wow, it's a very good placement.
Hmm.
And before I move forward, Mercury is going to be direct from 15th of May onwards. So, you have been going through a lot of trouble in terms of deciding, in terms of studying, in terms of understanding, in terms of decision making in your career, in your personal relationships, through your partnerships, through your seventh house is currently very, very heavy on you. It has Rahu, it has Jupiter, it has the aspect of Saturn. It is going to give you extreme hard work. You will be you will be you will be you want to achieve your goal, but on the same way you are into that zone where you don't even want to work hard for it. So you're going through a lot of dilemma, that what do I do? I want to do this, I want to get good results out of this task, but don't want to do it also. So this is the kind of thing which is going on in your head. But from 15th of May, it's going to be direct, and that is the time it is going to be all your decisions which were pending, all the things related to your relationships which you were unsure about, all the things which you want to achieve or gain or attract is going to be coming to you during this period. The seventh placement of Mercury is supposed to be Rohitji in this chart. Just see the houses with Mercury is ruling. It is ruling the ninth house of higher learning and the 12th house of transformation,
Hmm.
loss or spending or spiritual awakening or liberation or moksha. Now,
Hmm.
when such planet comes and sits in the seventh house, and if we count from seventh, like from seventh, the third house becomes the ninth house, and one, two, three, four, five, six. The sixth house becomes the 12th house for them. Now that means there will be lot of hard work required during this time in terms of getting your business, your career into next level, into next step. Riji,
Hmm.
this is the time for them to come out of that cocoon, like how a caterpillar or a butterfly wants to come out of the cocoon and then they become butterfly to fly. So lot of hard work is required during this time, because at this point of time your strong communication and negotiation skill within partnerships and relationship, with an emphasis will have an emphasis on balance and harmony. You know what will happen if you want to balance, and you have to have harmony during this time. You have to make sure that you have strong communication and negotiation skills in your partnerships. A deep transformative energy, Rohiji, as soon as Mercury enters into Bharani Nakshatra, her deep transformative energy, which is was haunting you from so much time, that I want to get into you, get into your body, get into your soul, and make you understand that this is right, this is true, whatever it is in front of you. Why are you going into this zone of like
Hmm.
non-truthness or non-believingness? Why are you going into such zones? You need to come out of it, and you need to follow this this thing, which is deep transformation in terms of understanding the relationships. This is what is going to happen to Libra ascendant people. It is a very fortunate time for them. Little hard work and you will achieve everything you need during this period. Such people who are actually looking for true love, such people who are actually looking that I found someone that has deeper connection to me, a deeper spiritual connection to me. This person understands me. This person will be the one who can understand what I'm trying to communicate. He can catch that my communication is now becoming effective because someone can understand it. You will find such kind of person, or maybe you have that person in your life, and you will be making sure you communicate with them more often, so that you can clear your doubts, you can get into that mode of transformation into the next leap in your life in a bigger spiritual awakening. Now, from here, Rohitji, the aspect is going to be on the first house. That means, again, Rohitji, the same law comes which I told earlier. Gains through self effort, use of own idea and self initiative. Unless and until you will initiate yourself, nothing, no one is going to come and give it to you. You have to initiate yourself. You have to go and step down in the market, in the area of your interest or your business or your job, and be there and be loud and clear that yes, I am here for business. I want to work. I want to get something out of it. You have to give brand solutions. You have to
Hmm.
give your bosses solutions during this time. You are the one who will give them solutions, that what, we should do this. And because of your self effort and own ideas and initiative, you will gain. You will say, what, because of you we had this kind of gains. Why don't you go to a trip in LA for 5 days, 3 nights, 4 nights? So that is the kind of thing for Libra ascendant people, Rohit. It's going to be happening when Mercury enters Bharani Nakshatra, the nakshatra of transformation from 21st of May. From 15th till 20th, make sure you make any kind of good decisions and start acting on it firmly from 21st of May. Other than that, there is a very important thing, a remedy or a life lesson which I'm going to be giving you in the end of the video. You have to listen to it because that is going to be making you understand the real purpose of life. We are
Hmm.
just talking, I know 50 to 70% of the people come here to understand that are we getting money? Are
Hmm.
money will come, man. I just learned one very good lesson that, invite Saraswati. Don't invite Lakshmi. Lakshmi can be taken away. Lakshmi belongs to Vishnu. Invite Saraswati. She can never ever be taken away from you. Knowledge can never ever be taken away from you. And once knowledge comes to you, Lakshmi has to follow. That is what Ma Saraswati is. Let knowledge come to you. That is why Mercury, whenever he enters into Bharani Nakshatra, it seeks knowledge, it seeks more learning, it seeks that, it is open to develop itself, it is open to learn new things. And
I
for that,
think this
they have to listen. Ruiji,
this
for that, they will have to listen to the story in the beginning because that will give them clarity that what Mercury in Bharani Nakshatra does.
I think this is better that we are putting this, uploading this video 5 days before. What do you think? These 5 days are very important for from 10th May to 15th May till the time it becomes direct. Now, because the seventh house lord become also going deviated from today, and Mercury is already retrograded, and Mercury is planet of communication. So there may be some heated conversation with wife or something problem like that. So it is better to stitch your mouth for these 5 days.
Yeah. Ruiji, yes, the problem is that during this period, they will feel a little bit burden in their career,
Hmm.
in the area of business rather than area of partnerships. And this is the time when their partnership will support them in some way, because
Hmm.
I am emphasizing on complete self effort, self initiative, because you will be
Hmm.
sitting down and nothing will be happening during this time because the Mars is going to be debilitated in the 10th house. You have to make efforts to go out and get that communication rolling so that you can get gains. On the other front, because they will be interested in some love and some kind of guidance or some kind of emotional attachment with some other individual, that can be their partner, their lover, their anyone, they will support them a lot during this period, which will give them a lot of hope and lot of courage to move forward, because that will be someone who will, yeah, male or female, they will be listening to them and they will be acting on that way. So all the planets, Soiji, they play their own parts, and that is the beauty of Mercury. It plays a part in a very different role. Now
Yeah,
it is going to be a transformative period. You will understand the real true self of hard work, of the word hard work. What does it mean? And then you will be so happy that you have achieved so many things in such a short span of time.
wish you best of luck to Libra Ascendant people. And now the my request, which I do exactly after every ascendant prediction, because this is my duty to thank you people who are the family members. We are extended family of 22,000 subscribers, and those who are new. For such meaningful videos, logicful videos, research-based videos, please subscribe the channel and do share this video with your near ones. And those who want a personal consultation with Akash ji, I will like to request them that please drop your details. Don't in comments, no in comments. I always say in mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will get video consultation with Akash ji in detail. Now moving forward, further time for the Scorpio ascendant people. Scorpio ascendant people may be much concerned because this Mercury retrogression was, happening in the sixth house of chart. So what the Scorpio ascendant people will achieve from 15th of May when the Mercury will be direct. Let's have a look on the Scorpio Sun.
Rohiji, the Lord of the Scorpio ascendant is actually debilitated in the ninth house of higher learning. So now here we have to be careful because the the Lord of the ascendant is debilitated, and it will take 5 days for Mercury to be direct from 10 till 15th of May, and after that Mercury will enter into Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May. Now, Rohiji, here that is why I have written practical and analytical approach to communication. Because here you need to make sure that the only bigger challenge here is that Jupiter Rahu is sitting here. Sun has just transited from here to is just transiting on the same day when Mercury is getting direct to Taurus. So the power of Sun is also gone away from here now for
Mm.
Mercury. And on other hand, Rahu is already afflicting Jupiter here, and it is trying to be naughty, but Jupiter is controlling. So many things Jupiter is supposed to be doing. Now Mercury is also moving forward, and it will be going into the seventh house for them. But before that, because there was a lot of problem related to your health, your daily routines, your timetable was completely out of place, out of sight. It was not going as expected. Your health might have been deteriorated, that you might be going through a difficult time in keeping up with your health, you know so here it shows that, and there might be a very blockage in terms of growth in your workplace. This is what must have happened to you during this Mercury retrograde period. Now it is the time for you to be very practical and analytical approach to your communication, with your focus on health, service, and daily routines. That means the you also need to put interest in terms of your workplace. The Rohiji, what happens, people just say, oh, it is just I am comfortable, it is happening, I just
Mm.
go and come back. No, you have to make sure that you put little bit of what you say, hard work there, because if that is not done, you will not get big gains. That is done, then your job location, change of job location, maybe, a change of job location does not mean that you will be changed from Bangkok to Singapore.
Mm.
It shows that you can even be put from one profile to another profile during this time, basis on your merit. That can be either going down or either up. I hope that it is up during this time, but it is the sixth house, and Mercury is very unpredictable planet. It can destroy you in minutes, it can make your life in minutes. So that is what Mercury is supposed to be. But here, because Mercury, Rohiji, is gonna be getting direct and going into Bharani Nakshatra of transformation, it means that it is gonna be giving good transformation. It is going to be working towards benefit of Scorpio ascendant people. It is going to be enhancing their gains during this period. Big gains can be expected. Now, why big gains, Rohitji? Because here, this is the house of getting big debts.
Mm.
Okay, if we want debt, all the house people who have housing loan, their sixth house, is very very active because they have got big debt, like, against a collateral, that okay, we keep your house and we take give you debt. But such people will get good gains in terms of collateral being their position. They will be said that okay, we will promote you to this thing, and we will also increase your salary, but you need to perform, otherwise it will all be taken back. Accept the challenge, go forward. There is going to be good stuff for you. There is
Mm.
going to be good outcome of Mercury getting into Bharani Nakshatra. The second thing, Rohitji, which I want to add here is that everyone would say, "Oh, this Bharani Nakshatra and Mercury goes every year." But does it ever go when Rahu and Jupiter are here? No. So this is a special transit for you this year, especially 2023. Next year it can again be very simple transit, but yes, this year you have to make sure that energy of Jupiter and Rahu, and as well as the the debilitated aspect of Saturn falls here in your sixth house. Challenges will be there, but your practical approach will help that challenges to be solved. Now, from here, Luigi, if we talk about the aspect of Mercury that is happening on the 12th house, now that is going to be 100% gains. Now, that house is the house of spending and losses, and some kind of problem related to hospitals and spirituality, liberation, moksha, people becoming mad. people not having sleep, people going through spiritual awakening, people going through different zones in their life. But here, whenever Mercury looks in the house of or aspects the house of Venus, it is supposed to give you luxury and gains. Now here you can gain through spirituality. What does this mean, Rohitji? It does not mean if you say Ram 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 Ram, you will get some gains. It means that if you follow the spiritual law of not hurting anyone, not troubling your enemies, not troubling your people who you can trouble, like your family members or your children or someone around you, your friends, or you don't do backbiting in your workplace, you don't be an evil person, then you will gain. Spirituality does not only mean sitting down and doing Ram, 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 Ram. No. Spirituality is supposed to be getting through or going through that zone in your life where you follow the path of correctness. That is what is spirituality. So don't confuse spirituality with chanting. Chanting is a complete different thing. Spirituality is taking the righteous path. Even if someone says this is wrong, but if you feel that this is right and this is going to be harming no one because of my path, that means that is a right spiritual path. That is gains through spirituality. Long distance journey, because here for workplace, from workplace you might be sent abroad. Some people can have abroad settlement during this time. They will be able to take the right decision when Mercury is direct and entering into, because it is a time of transformation. You can go there, you can transform yourself. You say, oh my god, I came to a very better place. Now I can transform myself. My wishes were like I should go get up in the morning, have this kind of work life balance. I used to go to gym, and then that means transformation is seen here, Rohit. And a good investment return, like if you have some good investments, a good return can be expected during this time. That good return should be reinvested according to my analysis, because later on there is going to be few things for you, because Rahu is going to be coming in your fifth house and Ketu in your 11th house. So here there can be after 30th of October, so there can be a lot of spendings. So we need to reinvest this so that at least this money is safe and we do not spend it on health or hospitals or some kind of legal troubles. So reinvest the money immediately so that there is no source of any other external force acting on it and taking that the use of that money in a different direction. Now, Rohitji, I'm sorry I'm speaking too much, but yes, I love it. Now, Mercury, when enters Bharani Nakshatra, the transformation is happening. But the real transformation of life is what I would like to talk to you about in the end of the video. That what is the real transformation of life? What are you lacking and what are we doing? What all things are around us and why are we not able to come out of this zone of material thinking all the time that, oh no, money comes, everything, I don't need anything else. Everything is temporary, man. Just listen, everything is temporary. Everything is gonna be going zoof one day. Your eyes will be closed, it will be darkness. Next thing is only a book like this, which will have chapters on your karmas. That this is the karma you did now. But now what do we do about it? This is what is going to happen. So make sure enter the path of spirituality. Enter the and spirituality does not now again I'm telling mean Ram 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 Ram. It means do the rightest thing possible. Yes, Rohit.
Righteous thing for Scorpio ascendant people is most important because you are under surveillance of Saturn these days. Your both signs are under the Saturn's aspect. So more important for you to be a spiritual on the right path. And to motivate us, please bless us with your subscription. Be a part of the family member of ACS Group channel. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and also share this video with your friends and family members. Those who want a personal consultation from Akashji, detailed reading of you, your family member, any birth chart matching, anything, you just drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will get a video consultation with Akashji. Now, the time for the Sagittarius ascendant people who are waiting long from 1 hour 20 minutes. What we will get, how this transition, how this direction of Mercury will affect us. Akashji, for Sagittarius people.
Rohiji, thank you all the Sagittarius ascendant people for liking and loving our channel. We have been so blessed. I'm so blessed that you are part of my and your family now, our family. So for Sagittarius ascendant people, Rohiji, Mercury is going to be direct from 15th of May onwards. And then later on, Rohiji, in next 7 days, it's going to be transiting into Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May. So there is a lot of significance here. When Mercury was not direct, so there were a lot of problems in terms of decision making, in terms of education, family, personal projects, children, your startup. Do I need to leave my job? Do I need to start new things? A lot of problem related to that. In fact, many people ask me that you, sir, told me that when Jupiter comes into this house, there will be childbirth, or I will conceive and this and that. But no, we have to see the placement of Mercury also, who is here the Lord of your 10th house and your 7th house. The 7th house is again the house of birth and partnerships. It is the house of birth of a new partner. And
Mhm.
what is new partner? Your child is a new partner for you, right? So let's focus that way, that the owner of this house, as soon as Jupiter transited here, was got retrograde. It came, it was running back, so it was not going forward. Like everything was going back and back and back. Your creativity, your children, your focus, and everything is going back. Your creativity is zero. But now we have good news, because Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to be getting direct. That means here you will be very creative and expressive. Your communication style will be very creative and expressive. You will have complete focus on your children, on higher education and personal projects. These personal projects that I have been trying to get into this from a longer period of time, but nothing is happening. Now the question here arises from Sagittarius ascendant people, and that can come is that why Mercury transits every year? ROG transits every year. Why is this astrologer is talking rubbish that it will
Mhm.
happen now and this and that? Now it comes the Lord of the Lagna in the fifth house concept.
Mhm.
Whenever the Lagna Lord comes in the fifth house and sits in the house of Aries, or even if it was, for the other, for 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, for Cancer, like if it is sitting in Aries here, right? For Pisces ascendant, it will be Cancer. Any such kind of time, when Lagna Lord comes and sits in the fifth house, it is going to be enhancing your creativity and gains of money, because this is the house of money and Lakshmi Ma. This is
Mhm.
the house from where Lakshmi Mata is seen. Lakshmi Mata is believed to be, um, from this, the lord of this, or that is in this Sagittarius ascendant people. Wherever Mars is placed, that is the place from where you will be earning your bread and butter, and from where you will be working towards some kind of creative thing related to the fifth house, from where money used to be will be coming to you. Here for Sagittarius ascendant people, it is the time for you, that those people who are trying for childbirth from a long period, that childbirth is not happening, this is not happening. It is a good indicator for you that Mercury has now started moving forward, and it rules the seventh and the 10th house. So it shows childbirth for you during this period, or conception of childbirth. Now it also depends on the placement of your natal planets, that where Jupiter is placed, where Rahu is placed, where Mercury is placed, where Saturn is placed. Right now, Saturn is giving a third house, that is third aspect, that is going to be a debilitated aspect. So it is going to be making, it will make sure that you work very hard during the next 2.5 years, in terms of your education, in terms of your creativity, in terms of a startup. So you will not get immediate success, that I start up and success in 3 months. It will take nearly 2 years for you to get success. But Rohitji, here, because Mercury will be entering into Bharani Nakshatra, a nakshatra of transformation, there is going to be a transformative power acting for you. And that transformation will be happening in terms of new beginnings, some new projects, new
Mhm.
startups, new education streams, new courses. Something of that similar kind is coming for you, Rohit, for Sagittarius ascendant people. Very good, because when Lagna Lord comes and sits in the fifth house, it is going to give you gains. And here again, there is going to be gains because of Mercury, because this direct Mercury, Rohiji, will be aspecting the 11th house of gains, higher goals. Here, there will be gain from social circles and friends, as well as you will focus on achieving goals and aspirations. Now, here, let's talk about the owner of the house where Mercury is sitting. Rohiji, Mercury is sitting in the house of Mars, and Mars is the planet of title and honor. Mars is the knights, all these knights who the queen has. They are people of title and honor. They are called Sir
Hmm.
Henry Jones, Knight of Queen of England. So such people have honor and such people have title. Such people are very, very, like, they're very firm on their oath. They will not cheat you. If they say I will give my life for you, they will give their life for you. So here, to achieve that some kind of thing, you will have to achieve your you will have to set a very higher goal, as well as be very aspirational during this time. And it is your demand. You should demand that I want to be authoritative, I want to be someone of status during this time. And if you ask for it, you're gonna the universe is gonna give it to you. You have to communicate. Your communication will be very creative and expressive. You have to express to your seniors or bosses or parents. If you the fifth house also indicates education in some kind of field which you like, and that means you have to convince your parents that no, 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 dad, I need to do this. This is going to be the best career for me. And during this time you'll be able to be successful in it. You have to tell your boss, I am ready for the next role. I want to grow. Unless you give the indication to universe, nothing is going to happen. So make sure during this time, to get these gains, you set up higher goals and work towards it. But materialistic and spirituality are two different things. The fifth house is the house of spirituality. Fifth house is the house again of dharma. And every time Sagittarius will listen to this, it is the ninth from the ninth. Okay, and one, two, three, four, five. Fifth from the fifth. That means this is the house of education, and the ninth house is the house of higher learning, and not higher education, higher learning in life, big learnings in life. And fifth from there, one, two, three, four, five is yourself again, which needs to constantly keep learning and learning and learning, so that the fifth and the ninth house be active. That is the Lakshmi stans, both the Bhagya stans. Be active to give you money, because more you learn, more you get. Now, here, because I'm telling about spirituality, I'm going to be sharing a very important, maybe you call it a remedy or maybe a life lesson in the end of the video, which is going to transform at least, if 500 people watch this video, at least one person, and that is my goal, to transform only one person. If you will see that, you will understand that what beautiful message uh, that has for you. So, Riji, this is for Sagittarius ascendant.
Yes, very detailed explanation for Sagittarius ascendant also, and for such detailed explanations, Akash, you do lots of research, lots of books they have to read only for you people. So your motivation is also required for us. To motivate us, just be a family member of ACS Tour. Just subscribe the channel. If you are new, you are the first time to the channel, and please share the video to wherever you can share, on your Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Telegram, whatever source you have. Please share this video. It will help lots of people. And those who want to get a detailed birth chart analysis, those who are standing on the verge of starting something new, those who are planning for marriage, oh, it's right for me or not, birth chart analysis and matchmaking, etc. They just drop your details on the mail ID or on the WhatsApp number. Team will contact you and you will get a video consultation with Akash. Now, moving further for the Capricorn ascendant people, because this Mercury when retrograde, you see in Capricorn chart, this Mercury is Lord of a ninth house and a third house, fortune and enemies. If you're facing something stiff here, so here is the analysis for you people.
Which for Capricorn ascendant people, it is a very tried and tested thing which I've learned over the few last weeks, where Mercury has given a lot of trouble to them in terms of government paperwork. And you
Mhm.
might be acknowledging to it, yes, because there was a lot of problems to them in terms of getting government paperwork done, because sixth house is the house of authorities, Rohitji. Remember, that is why we talk about authorities here. And the ninth house is the house of destiny. Because of destiny, only because of it rules the destiny house, you were saved. Or such
Hmm.
people were come, they had a problem which was solved to them, which was happening for the government, or some documentation which was
And really happening after 21st April. That is right.
yes, Suji, yes. It happened after 20 years. So now the planet of communication, the planet of expression, the planet of creative expressions is now becoming direct in the fourth house of domestic peace, happiness, luxuries, and inner peace. Now this means that Rahu and Jupiter are sitting here, and I want to tell Rohiji that Mercury becomes direct on 15th of May, but it also enters in Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May. So
Yes.
being direct will help you in communication, but be entering Bharani Nakshatra is the time when you transform yourself. You will find some new way of being happy, new way of understanding your inner peace. You will find something which will motivate you internally to come into one-on-one with yourself and say, oh, this is what I'm happy in, I don't want anything more in life. This is what is I want to do a negotiation with myself that this is the state I want to be in the near future. Now communicative and expressive approach with the home and family environment with the focus on emotional security is what is supposed to be required during this time for this transformation to happen. Viji, it is the fourth house is the house of motherland. Here, there can be some possibility that till the time Mercury enters from goes here till the fifth house, you might have to travel some long distance, some short distance travel can be seen during this period, because it is the place where homeland is seen. It is the place where mother is seen, mother health is seen, and here Jupiter and Rahu sitting together can create little bit trouble for mother's health. But Mercury going direct can actually help you. And why I am saying this, because Mercury Rohiji rules the sixth and the ninth house, so you will get good results from authorities as well as from your destiny, from God Himself. This time, Rohiji, it is a time for that inner self to come out and speak to your outer self. Like you need to stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. That what kind of transformation am I looking for? Am I looking for gains in career, or am I looking for leadership? Am I looking for public speaking? Am I looking for some kind of blessings from my elder family members? Because the aspect of Mercury on the 10th house, it can give you gains from all these areas, but you need to make sure and understand that where and what way you need that gains in. It is the time you have to decide between two things, either very very material gains or either very very emotional security gains. Like you say that no, emotionally I want to be very secure and not materialistically. That why I don't want to get into new developments or new initiatives. जैसा like however it is running, let it run. It's called जैसा चल रहा है वैसा चलने दो. Either that comes, and otherwise it comes that no, I want to gain from good career. I want to start something new. I want to work more. I want to become a leadership role. I want to come in a leadership role. I want to become a public speaker, that kind of thing, because communication will be very very activated during this period. So it completely depends on Capricorn ascendant people, and also the placement of your Mercury in your birth chart, the placement of Saturn in your birth chart. Because right now if you see, Mercury is afflicted because of the third aspect of Saturn on the fourth house, extreme hard work, and secondly, away from homeland. It is what it indicates, that you will go away from homeland, from some kind of journey, some kind of thing related to career, or maybe you will just go away to just relax your mind. But all depends on completely, this is a very general prediction, Rohit, but it depends on the complete chart of yours, complete placement. Like you have to see that your Sadesati is going, your Dhaiya is going, you have any kind of, if your Mercury is afflicted, if another planets are afflicted, what is happening, what is not happening, who is aspecting what, everything has to be seen in order to analyze in detail.
Hmm.
For that, Rohiji, they can contact me. But another thing for Capricorn ascendant people, which I want to say, so you must have listened to the earlier story of Mercury giving transformative strength to you, higher learning, your deep desire to, or maybe you will now desire to come into that zone of seeking, go and looking out for things. That is the time. On this basis, I have created something in the end of the video, which is supposed to be again transformative image. If you see that, you will understand, oh my god, what are we doing? It is actually very true. Why are we not thinking about real spirituality? So that we are going to talk about in the end of the video. But before that, it is the time for you to communicate with your inner self to find inner peace.
Time to communicate with your inner self, and this is a time for me to communicate with you that if you are new to our channel, please subscribe and be a family member of ACS2 channel. And those who have already subscribed, thanks to very much, thank you very much, because your motivation is our power to do new things. And those who want a detailed consultation with Akashji, connect with him personally, want to ask so many questions you have in mind you regarding your birth chart, your children, or your marriage chart making, you can just drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below, and you will get a video consultation with Akashji. And now moving further, the next sign is the next ascendant is Aquarius ascendant. For them, this Mercury, which is going to be direct, is going to happen in the third house. Again, this is also, we can say, the house of social media and communication and so many things, and prakrama. What will happen to them?
Yes, Rohiji, in a way, you gave a very good introduction to this house, because this house is the actually in Kal Purusha Kundli. This house is supposed to be the house of communication. From this house, we see that what kind of communication this person will do. And here, Mars has a very important role to signify or to tell us about communication of this person. Now, here, the bad news for Aquarius ascendant is Mars, the Lord of communication, is getting debilitated in the sixth house of diseases, enemies, and so now, but the good news is that Mercury, the planet of communication, is sitting in the house of Mars and becoming direct on 15th May onwards. Now, other than that, a very good news is that Mercury will enter into Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May. So, Rohit, good things are happening back to back.
Hmm.
So let's focus on the good things and forget all the bad things, because if we focus on good things, something good will come out. Here, Rohitji, because third house placement of Mercury here, it shows that strong communication skills, particularly in writing and intellectual pursuits, with a focus on sibling short journeys and self-expression. What does this mean? That it is the time for you to gain lot of knowledge, transform yourself, because Bharani Nakshatra is the nakshatra of transformation. If you listen to the story in the beginning, you will understand that why and how Sage, his Bharadwaj ji, he actually guided Mercury that what life or death after life means. Not life after death. Death, like um, like life after death means, like once you are dead, what does it mean to be reborn again? Why do we get reborn? What is the meaning? It is the meaning only we get reborn to transform ourselves into more better human being from a worse human being which we were in the past life. So that is what he explains in that story. Now here Mercury will enter into Bharani Nakshatra. Your focus on particularly writing will become very, very good. Your mails or your messages will be very effective in terms of uh, telling what your true desires or your motives are. Number one is that all the decisions which you were not able to take in terms of your personal interest, in terms of your things related to personal development or growth or courage, that your courage was not there with you, this is the time that courage will come back to you. You need to focus on your siblings and short journeys, because here it shows that siblings, you can get a lot of gains from your younger siblings, and that gains might not only be money. Remove that thing from your mind. It can be any kind of guidance also which will change your life. Short journeys is the third house, is the house of short journeys. Here short journeys will be very profitable for you. It is going to give you a lot of gains during this period. Short journeys, in fact higher journeys will also give you gains. Long journeys, so there is in journey there is gains and gains and gains. Now from here, because third house, Rohitji, it the Mercury will be sitting in the third house, was aspecting the ninth house, and it is aspecting the house of Venus, and Venus is supposed to be giving gains for them from higher education, philosophy, spirituality. They will have excellent communication skills with the spiritual realm, that realm which is supposed to be very mystical. You don't know about it, but in this time, if you try to meditate, if you try to go deep into it, your Saturn is sitting in your first house. You will be disciplined during this time. You will be into the right actions during this time. If you concentrate and if you start meditating during this time, you will be able to achieve the best out of whatever you do during this period. So the main mantra for you is little bit of patience, effective communication. Make sure that during this period, because Rahu is also sitting in the third house with Jupiter, make sure on social media your communication is will be effective in lethal way also and in a good way also. Okay, the sword comes out, it kills an enemy also, but it can kill a friend also. Make sure the sword is in the right direction. Your um, what you say, your communication on social media or social platforms or in social world can also be used against you during this period. So make sure that you use your pen as a sword, but for writing for justice only, not for any kind of controversy. Okay, make sure you do not become very kind of activist kind of person during this period. If there is some other person having their problem, let them deal with it. You do not need to get into it. And also one more thing, if there is any situation where people call you to give a bail for someone who is arrested or something, no, not at all. Say clearly, say no, I cannot do this during this time. So make sure you do not get into any kind of authority problems with any kind of authorities. Okay, Rohitji. So this is what is supposed to be happening for Aquarius ascendant people. Wish them all the best. And Rohitji, I told about the aspects, okay, that it is going to be very good, and the Mars is debilitated here, so you need to be a little bit careful. But everything, Rohitji, in the other way depends on the placement of Mercury in their chart, and how Mercury is giving them results, how Mercury is going to give them, gains or losses, and what kind of thing is Mercury actually retrograde in their chart or something. So for that, they will need deeper analysis. But other than that, it is, I hope and I wish and I pray that it becomes a very blissful period for you during this time.
Yes, blissful period for Aquarius ascendant people. And now the Pisces ascendant people. Before that, I will like to thank you, all of you who are the family member of AC Astro, and those who are watching this video for the first time or on this channel for the first time. Please subscribe and be a part of family member of AC Astro. You can also be a part of live birth chart analysis, which we usually now go live daily. And those who want detailed consultations from Akashji, they can also just drop details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below, and they will be contacted by team, and you will get a video consultation, detailed consultation with Akashji. Now, the time for the Pisces ascendant people, I am very much, curious about this Pisces ascendant because after this there will be a great remedy in the end, which is this after analysis of Pisces ascendant people. So let's see how this Mercury direct will impact the Pisces ascendant people. Very important house again, second house.
Rohitji, yes, Mercury becomes direct from 15th of May onwards, and it enters into Bharani Nakshatra on 21st of May. So it has a lot of significance of becoming direct. So all the communication problems, speech problems in family and all is going to be solved. But the better thing is transformation in your life that is going to be happening after 21st of May when it enters into Bharani Nakshatra. Nakshatras play a very important role, Rohitji, on our lives, on our charts, on our daily routines. There is always, every day, there is Abhijit Murat, there is Rahu Kalam, there is everything. Abhijit is a nakshatra which became a Murat. You know that it because it is out of the constellation. So there is a very important meaning of nakshatras and planet in nakshatras. And in Bharani nakshatra, the nakshatra of transformation, the nakshatra of life after death, what happens after death, that actual hidden factor is what Mercury is going to be going into during this time. Now, as per many of individuals who watch our channel, they say, oh, this happens every year, Mercury goes in Bharani nakshatra. But does Mercury go into Bharani nakshatra when Jupiter and Rahu are conjunct with it? Does it happen that way? No, it does not happen. Here, Jupiter and Rahu are also in the second house. And on top of that, here we see that Saturn is putting an aspect, then the debilitated aspect on the third house, on the second house. Here it means very clearly that lot of hard work is required during this period to gain financial happiness, to mostly gain financial happiness. But Mercury direct is going to be transforming your life in a positive way. It will give you strong focus on communication, on speech, and on financial matters. It will give general bliss and happiness in family and extended family because second house is the house of family as well. And it is the time for you to add a fixed asset to your life. Now that fixed asset is going to be coming through any kind of inheritance, or it can come through any kind of sudden information. Like, you say that, Rohit ji, you know what, there is a house that is being selling here in distress sale and it is supposed to be selling in this less price. You immediately go and grab it. So such kind of opportunity can be coming your way of Pisces ascendant people. The aspect, Rohit ji, for them is from here is happening on the eighth house of deep and intense communication style. They will develop a very deep and intense communication style during this period. It will be full of research. The communication will be full of research, so no one will be able to fool them. Pisces ascendant, they will be more prepared than the other person who's going to be asking. It is a very good time for you to give interviews because you will be so much positive, confident, and your speech will be so much clear that this is the time that you can land up a new job and get financial success. Transformation is a key word for you during this period because it is the aspect is also in the eighth house of transformation, research, and occult matters. Now, earlier I told in ascendant that occult matters does not mean only spiritual or something which is psychic. There can be many other occult ways, like even someone who's making a glass idol knows occult power because he's doing something unknown. That is what is occult. Occult means something unknown, and no one can believe that such thing can happen. That is what is occult. So you can start a new practice during this time, and that practice can be anything, Rohitji. It can be any practice related to, okay, I will start practicing yoga, I will start practicing not drinking anymore, I will start practicing healthy life, I will start practicing bad life, I will start practicing drinking. You know why? Because it depends on the placement of or Mercury and Saturn in your chart, and Venus also. Because here in this house, in this Lagna, Venus is giving the eighth house of sudden ups and downs. So there can be positive as well as negative impacts. Such people who have never drank before may think, okay, let me try a beer today. This is the kind of transformation that can happen. But that is why astrology comes into play, and we can not change the course of destiny. No one can in the world, but at least let you know that there can be some kind of energy which can either transform you in a very good way or either transform you in a very bad way. For example, Rohitji, so we have an empty ground and we have seeds of mango as
Hmm.
well as seeds of some poisonous plant. So when the water falls, both the plant will bloom,
Both will be right.
right? Now, the nature of that plant, of mango plant, is supposed to be giving a sweet fruit, which
Hmm.
will be very happy. You will be very happy to eat it. But the nature of the the poisonous plant will give a poison fruit, which will immediately kill you. So now that choice, the energy is present, the soil is present, which does not distinguish between anything good and bad. Our choice, like we go and
How?
pick up a good thing or bad thing. So energy is present. Now it is up to you to go and pick up the poisonous fruit or pick up a sweet mango. So this is what Pisces ascendant Rohitji will be going through during this period. There will be choices like take the blue pill or the red pill. It depends on you which pill will you take.
Yes.
So make sure that you make good choices. And in the beginning, if you have heard the story of Bharani Nakshatra, that how Sage,
Bharadwaj.
Bharadwaj I was coming to that. Sage Bharadwaj actually gave Mercury the direction, Buddha the direction of understanding what death means, and then only transformation happens. After life, there is death, and after death, there is life. That is how the astrology, destiny, and wheel of time runs for us. Very simple. Now, Roji, this is for Pisces Ascendant. I wish them all the best and listen to the remedy, which or the story again, a story or a illustration which I'm going to show you. It's a remedy for you, everyone.
Hmm.
It will change your life forever.
We all are waiting for that.
Yes, Roji.
We are all are waiting for the the remedy you told in the beginning when you were telling the story that you are going to tell us something very interesting, that is remedy, that is lesson, that is teaching. So we are curious, but before that, I would like to thank you all 12 ascendants who go through their predictions to joining our channel, and those who are new to the channel, please subscribe and be a family member of AC Astro. And for the detailed chart reading, for one-on-one reading with Akashi, video chatting with Akashi, you can just drop your details on the mail ID on the WhatsApp number given below, and you will be contacted by team. Now, the time for that important remedy and lesson. What is that? Let's see. Very interesting for me also.
Roji, here. This is the thing which I wanted to tell everyone. Now
Very interesting
see.
picture. Very interesting.
Let's see what is happening.
Hmm.
So Rohitji, here we can see elephant. There are two mouses, black and white. There is a person who is on the branch. There is a god on a swan, and there are snakes down, and the elephant is holding the tree. And above the person is the honeybee,
Yes.
honeybee comb, bee
Hmm.
comb.
Hmm.
Now, elephant is your purva janma karmas, which is
Oh,
holding you. Snakes in the well, which are down below, are
waiting for you.
the future. They are the future karmas that is supposed to happen.
Hmm.
The branch of this tree is the current life,
Hmm.
and the mouses on this branch of the tree are night and day. The white is day, and the black is night.
Right.
Now, in this utmost dangerous situation where the elephant is holding the tree, where the
Hmm.
man is, what is happening? The condition is that the man has opened his mouth and he's just tasting drops of honey from the beehive. That
Hmm.
is finch of pleasure.
Uh,
And
very
see next to it, Lord Bhagwan is waiting to embrace us, but we neglect the God and sip honey drops.
yes.
This is what we are doing in this life, Rohitji. Now, here, let's see, we are way too engrossed with the worldly pleasures depicted as the honey drops, and so we miss God. The elephant, our past life karma, is holding us down in our current life, and we are paying for our past actions. And the snakes are waiting to bite back in future lifetimes if we continue to indulge only in the pleasures and wrongdoings.
Yes, yes, yes.
Our current reality is the only thing which decides our future. Burn all past karmas by doing penance and embrace dharma and hold the hand of God. It is only this simple thing which I wanted to tell. This is a remedy in every way. This image is a remedy for you, which is
Oh,
showing that we are actually only looking for material gains. Because
yes.
Rohitji, every kundali I go through, everyone has one question in their chart. What about money? How much money? Do you think I will be millionaire or multimillionaire or
Everybody is thinking about this honey which they're
everyone?
getting in drops.
No one is saying ki anything. Do you have seen moksha in my chart? I think no, nearly 3 or 4% people only ask me this. So I have also realized this, that yes, money is required. Material things are required. We are living in a material world, but that does not mean that only material thing is required. I had a chart. I had a person. He called me, Rohitji.
Hmm.
He had one cigarette in his hand, and he was, how he's talking. I told him you'll get heart problems, maybe heart attack. That's okay. How about money? I said, bro, if there
What
is
you
no,
will do if heart attack will come and
no,
you
I
go to
told him
God?
that you will get heart problems. You are supposed to not be smoking. And then he picks up a drink and he's like taking a drink and keeping it down. He's like, in 2027, right? But right now, what about money? Am I going to be making, I made 2 million last year. I'm going to be making more money. Like, I told him, you know what? Sorry, sir, I will be refunding your amount right now. I do not want to continue this consultation because it is against the principle of my. It's not because you're smoking or you're drinking, but you are
Hmm.
completely a materialistic person. I don't know how God put you in my or that path. Like, I came to your path. You
Hmm.
did not come to my path. I came to your path. Maybe
Hmm.
God wanted to give you some message, but that message is that you're going to be suffering a lot in your health. So make sure you go out of it. So now, Roji, everyone who were waiting, who were listening to this, who were listening to this story, uh, please subscribe. Please help. We are going to be enlightening with lot of beautiful researches, stories from our Vedas, from everything, which can transform 1% of your soul, and that is what will be my 100% or Rohitji's 100% karma, which will be then happening when we enter into Bharani Nakshatra, and when Lord Yama says, "What did you do in your life?"
Nice.
So we want to be very, very. In fact, all our family members should be able to say that no, we wanted to change our
Yes.
karmas. Okay, Rohitji, with this note, Sarva Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Let there be bliss for everyone.
Ah, Sarvajana Sukhi. Thank you. Thank you, Akash. Thank you very much for beautiful videos, starting with beautiful story and again ending with a beautiful message of life. I think this picture you showed in the life is a complete picture of life, everybody's life, and one who can follow this picture can, make transformation in his life. And thank you for subscribing our channel and keep subscribing, keep motivating us, keep sharing the videos so other people also can take benefit of these beautiful research videos. And those who want a personal consultation with Akashji, in the end again, I will tell you, drop your details on the mail ID or the WhatsApp number given below. Team will contact you and you will get video consultation with Akashji. Thank you, Akashji. Thank you very much. We'll meet you in next live or video. Thank you very much. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai
Jai
Hanuman. Jai
Hanuman, Jai Bharat.